probably won't do 2 in 1 day regularly, but I'm just trying to get everything worked out, like with the streaming and everything. And it's also been a while since I've done anything with OBS, that kind of thing. Just kind of feeling around on my laptop. It's probably not the best idea to stream directly from a laptop. Maybe utilize something a little better, but sometimes you just work with what you got. So without further ado, let's step into this. Earlier I had done our first mom kill, and we're going to step into this, and let's take a second to look at what we've unlocked so far. So we got an Eve unlock and a Lazarus. I think if I had done taken 2 devil deals, I probably would have advanced to the next part, but just that kind of thing. Let me see if I can't turn up the gain, because one of the things I noticed on my last recording was my audio kind of failed in comparison to the output of the game. So I'm trying to find that sweet spot, so bear with me, y'all. Let's see, we need 7, so you gotta have 7 heart containers in a run at least to unlock Magdalene. 55 pennies. I'm trying to remember how you unlock Judas. Eve. So we got Eve. She's a lot of fun because depending on what you got going on in the first couple levels, you might want to utilize, I'm trying to remember what she comes with. It seemed like she either comes with something, or maybe I just traditionally would take damage or be a little more careless in my first run, but yeah. So Samson, 2 levels without taking damage. That might be something. Okay, so you got to make 3 devil deals within a game. That can be easier. And then we got Eden. Alright, so let's see. Let's try another Isaac run. See if we can't fill up that little post-it note. See what we got here today. I think I can hit this bomb. Pop it right here. There we go. Got no keys. Let's go step in the secret room. That's nice. Black Lotus, 3 hearts. That's what we need, especially if we're going to try to look at devil deals on the second one. Now, there's a lot of things because let's see if we get. I'm trying to remember if there are any. So I don't think HUD is an option. I believe gamma is the brightness essentially. So like, I know most of y'all are probably gonna be like, "Oh, you're cheating," because when you get Curse of Darkness, if you got your gamma up, you can pretty much still see in there. Oh, that's wonderful. I will say it is kind of interesting coming from this game from the console, because, and maybe it's just stuff I don't remember about the game from the past, but one of the things, like when like some of the pickups drop, you kind of see like an added animation where you can't really do anything for a second, and I'm so accustomed to the other way where you could almost grab it like as it's falling. The gurglings, I will say that they have always been kind of a pain. Like, these were the very first enemies that I fought when I played this game for the first time on console, And I guess I just wasn't real keen on some of these mechanics when I first started playing. So this was just such a nightmare for me. And that one should kill them both. And it did. Alright, let's see if we can't go and find this. There's a lot of trinkets and active items that I don't particularly care for. Alright. Petrified poop. I think on Rebirth you have a really good percentage. Wow, magic mushroom. So we can look and see in the earlier Rebirth, you kind of work off of these tally marks to understand the stats. One of the craziest things that happened around the Afterbirth era is you ended up having like stats kind of reallocated. So in later versions of Isaac, it became tiers per second versus tier delay. Even though on this one, when you look at how that's mapped out, it still kind of looks the same, but there's a I can't remember what version or what it is. Maybe once they started adding HUD into one of the games. Yeah, that one I just can't remember. Let's go ahead and pop this guy because I want that chest. We're getting money. We need keys to be able to use it. Yeah, this is so much nicer after I got Magic Mush, because once I got Magic Mush, I was able to I can kind of juke around a little more. Man, this is a good run so far. They're just gonna keep keys away from me. And the worst thing is I don't have anything that like causes specific types of drops real bad. And I'm gonna get smolly-wopped. That's what I want. I knew it. He got himself right in the corner, and I was like, man, if I want to not do this all day, I'm going to have to go in there and take a hit. I was trying not to, but I guess it's just part of it. Now this... yeah, that fight's usually... let's see. Nope. It's not there, so... did they really? Okay. Yep, I forgot I had petrified poop. Let's see. What could I... that might be... I'm gonna shoot for it. All we can do is pray. Alright. This is early on, especially in Rebirth. This is probably one of the better active items to get, because he's just going to come down and just add. Probably not as prevalent for some of the harder bosses that you'll see in later games. You know what? I'll wait, because they could always be teleports and stuff like that. So, all right, that's cool. and amnesia, so I'm good on that. Found pills. Okay, so kind of a net neutral there, which I'm okay with. I know some of the streamers, they may not be as keen to take pills, and then there are some that are. I usually am until I take them, and then I get burned by one. But that usually lasts until I find the next pill. Huh. I'm not a big fan of the Anarchist Cookbook, but it could serve a purpose for me, so, and since I don't have an active item, I'm probably gonna hold on to it until I do. Yay, of course we're gonna get keys. Now, there we go. Oh, this is a good, I'm feeling pretty good about this run. So, everybody, I think I talked about it on my last stream. What are your plans for Thanksgiving? Black Friday? Are you a fan of the holidays? That kind of thing? I went everywhere but where the key was. But it might have been that little iframe animation deal where yeah, I got enough health. Alright, this guy could be helpful. And a bomb. Let's go. Range down. Alright. A little sarcasm there, but just keep going. I'm getting money. I think the real question is, am I going to be able to spend it? I got 4 keys, so yep. No. I guess I might as well start building my donation. And in the last video, I thought it was 25 to get to the next level. It might just be 50. In the past, I've not been good with my donation machine, so I'm gonna try to be, as long as we keep building these up, I'm gonna try to be a little better about like keeping my donations machine pretty full, at least till I start getting up there, which is gonna be a while, because the whole goal at first is to turn the thing over, and then bombs, and then you can kind of start playing with it, but you really need to. Alright, apparently this is a bad pill run, because I haven't got anything other than pheromones that really attributed to anything that was positive. So pheromones will just charm the enemies, like kind of make them attack other enemies, but if you do charm an enemy with no other enemies around, they'll just come after you. It took me a long time to kind of be a little more comfortable with fighting the bony guys, because I think sometimes we get a little stubborn with certain mechanics, at least myself, and it's real easy to kind of, you know, think too much into like your position, which you do need to think about, but the reality is you kind of have to like almost have a glance shot with your tears. I basically walked right into that one. Let's go check it out. All right, poison, Scorpio, poison tears. Some of the astrology signs are really good as active items. They really boost stats or have pretty good tear effects. There are some that aren't so great. I don't know. I kind of love Libra, depending on where you're at in the fold of things, because Libra can really, every time you get new stat increases, even if it's something that's traditionally maxed out, because there are hard and soft caps on your tiers, and things like Libra really can help you break out of that, or at least put you in a position where it's not as much of a problem. Oh, you know, I kind of underestimated that one. I will say, with having my mic right in my face, like basically blinding my left eye, I swear, Pageant Boy, you know, I don't hate it as much, but I definitely don't want it to be a regular drop. So I am not the biggest fan of familiars, but I do enjoy them. But I do love Rotten Baby. And I think I'm going to just skip the store for now. I want to say, if I see the store on this floor, on the depths, I'm probably going to just step in there and make sure that I at least crash the donation machine. That way. Oh, yes. Well, this is Goat Head. It allows us to have a guaranteed devil deal, and with going to the womb, that's gonna give us one more, because in Rebirth, one of the things is after you fight Mom, you don't, when it opens up the devil deal, it doesn't give you it doesn't actually give you the devil deal. It'll just spawn the road to Shoal, which that's okay, because that gives us unlocks. And I'm going to do all of these on hard mode. Yeah, let me know in the comments, maybe some of the stuff that you're going to do over the holidays. Any things that you wish to do for Christmas. Are you a fan of Christmas? Do you celebrate? Do you celebrate Thanksgiving? That kind of thing. Okay. I Found Pills just keeps coming back up. Oh, yay, there's a tinted rock. I know when I would watch other streamers, some tinted rocks, if I could speak clearly. I apologize. I'm still getting used to mic adjustment and that kind of thing, and just kind of putting my face in it so that it's clear. It looked like the last audio wasn't the greatest, but it's just one of those things that it's work in progress, people. I apologize. Thank you for the patience. I may just save the strength card for maybe the devil deal. That kind of thing. And then stupidly I just walk in the red creep on the ground. Yeah, I'll take. Alright. Yeah, I did. I'm actually forgetting whether or not if I took a third devil deal, but I mean they gave me the unlock either way, so who cares, right? I'll try right there for the secret room. Alright. Okay, I didn't turn it over, but it was close enough. All that in vain. The item room is still a thing. We're in depths 1. It's my time. Ugh. I could do a boss rush. I kind of wish this was Repentance. At least there's kind of an incentive to miss your item rooms once they brought in planetariums. But I guess we'll see what happens. I do love poison shots in this game. They really make a world of difference. That's what I'm talking about. And in Rebirth, sorry, I'm gonna mix up just because I'm so accustomed to playing Repentance, but on Rebirth, man, 2020 is great because there's no damage down. It's just a shot up. Like you just get an extra shot for every time you shoot your tears. I know a lot of times you'll find your secret room like near the beginning, depending on like what kind of layout you have. I'm so surprised I didn't get smacked by that one. What's that? You know what? I'm gonna keep Guppy's head. I think the flies, even though it's not some constant stream of flies, it will be assisting, or will assist me. I think there's a way to make that work, but sometimes, me in English, I swear. I would sit there and try to probe those blue flames for soul hearts, but I mean, I'm good. I think one of the big things when you're brand new to Isaac, you almost want to pick up everything. Not everything, but a lot of stuff. Now there's gonna be some items that you just need to pick up, and they're not great. And after that one time, if you really want completion, like everything, I'm gonna say it's gonna take a while. It really is. So the Empress card's gonna give me a damage boost. I should be going to the womb after this. I kinda almost wish I'd saved this. We got 2 minutes. There's that. Don't want that. Are they really? You know what? Let's do it. $3 bill. It could give me some good stuff. It's gonna make this run a little longer than I wanted it, but blighted ovum. I hate carrying Queen because of those red poops, but there we go. I was gonna say I need to get in front of her just so I can have her hit the red creep that I'm getting from can't remember half the items. Anemic, toxic blood, I believe. Oh, my downfall, getting hung up on rocks. So every time you hear that like swallow sound, that's gonna be vampire for me right now. Damn, I'm getting lit up. I just kinda freaked out. It was like It was all over me, so I was kind of like just spinning the joystick every which way. I'm gonna get Chad down. Yeah, like I'll say this: if I beat Boss Rush, this should be a sure thing. I don't know how I didn't get hit by that. Like, I basically walked in between every shot, like in the worst close quarters you could imagine. I will say I need to figure out my YouTube chat for the live stream. Wow. I thought I had less hearts a second ago, so that's interesting. I do love Pin, just because once you got a little bit of damage, it feels like he just dies. You can just sit there and if you can kind of peg him like with several shots in a row, he kind of just. This guy, I will say, Bloat is probably my least favorite boss. Period. So I don't remember some of these things. I'm gonna try to do a little bit of homework on some of this just so I can be a little more knowledgeable on some of these things. There's a lot of stuff in Repentance that I kind of knew, but I forgot, and then that kind of thing. You're killing me, Smalls. I think we're still gonna make it through here, but man, I'm gonna be limping when I come out of this fight. Yeah. Oh man, death's about to slow down the time. I mean, unless I can get him. Oh man, Red Poop, thanks a lot. Just get in my way. There are some enemies that fly that are weird to me. You got a few enemies that fly that still take damage from things like, okay. Oh. I hope my sighing is not too much right now. We did it. Isaac's head. I'm not taking. I also forget two things. Yeah, I'm so what's the word? Spoiled from the HUD that I actually forget some of these tally marks. I believe the one with the arrows, not the bow and arrow, is your tears rate. I believe the one directly from the right is actually the shot speed. I believe the top right with the bow and arrow is your range. The bottom left is damage. Top left with the boot is movement speed. And then the bottom is luck. I've always understood luck to help proc specific like random items and stuff like that. Now my just being on stream and stuff, my mind goes a little blank with which items are kind of governed by those kinds of mechanics. But let's get that dang map out of the way. I love the non-boss version of some of those guys. Yeah, that's not even worth it. Now, if you're accustomed to some of the later versions of Isaac, like Repentance, Afterbirth, that kind of thing, typically a golden chest is a little more appealing for when you go into the boss challenge rooms, but in Rebirth there's two things that just really didn't have a place as much. I'm not saying you never get like good active items and stuff like that. I'm just saying that it seems like more times than not you're not really getting anything from it. It's gonna just be keys and bombs and money, and I just don't have them. Or I don't have the need for them. Sorry. Alright, so now the boss is kind of coming up on the map. Oh, thank you, Sloth. So, you know, and one of the things that made me really fall in love with this game was just kind of the witty, like, play on religion a little bit. I'm not trying to be like anti-religion or anything like that. It just, I thought it was kind of an interesting concept of things. But yeah, definitely. Oh goodness, I thought it was over. I thought it was lights out for me. Oh man, I'm gonna get popped. Yes, thank you, Rotten Baby. That's why sometimes your familiars are your best friend. Thank you, Daddy Love, Long Legs. Long Legs. Wow, I can't speak. HP up. I don't think this is Guppy. No. I'm gonna go with this. Let's see, what do we got? Yeah, I'm good. Well, we won't get any of the... We won't get a Guppy transformation this go around, but I think if I can get a few soul hearts at least, I think I can easily secure this run. Now, what I'm probably not going to do this run is oh, I'm so gonna die. Yeah, that's not happening. Going left is not even an option. Yep, vampire, you only help when I actually have red hearts. Yeah, half a heart is looking like hell to me. I could just use... You gotta be careful. Be very diligent about watching for those hand shadows. Oh my god, this is death. And because of the little map cue, I couldn't see the spikes in the top right corner. Oh man. Let's try one more. Well, we get Guppy's head right away, so I guess in some way it's almost like we're starting where we left off. But that stinks. But if we go here, oh no. Yeah, that's another thing. In later versions of Isaac, the notepad comes up with your pause screen. So there's that. I'm trying to stay in one spot for audio. I'm not really backing my head away, but I am kind of twisting my head a little bit to kind of get a better view, and sometimes I'm coming right up to the mic. It might not be the best strategy. I'm working on it, everybody. That was pretty cool. I think I'm decent at Isaac, but there's a lot of little stuff that I guess it just adds a little flair onto it. It's not as... It's definitely like a thing of stacked cards or something, you know, where just everything's just kind of building up on top of itself, and then you're like, oh man. Well, as much as I'm getting hit, I guess Spider Baby is not a bad thing, because it at least I'll get some damage assistance with all the damage I'm taking. So maybe a question for the chat. If you do celebrate Christmas, what was your favorite gift ever? I will say this. Two of my most memorable gifts ever one was my PlayStation 2, and the other was for those of y'all that remember that had a Huffy bicycle when you were younger. My parents got me a Huffy Mudslinger. It had all this like plastic garbage on it, you know, to kind of make it look like a dirt bike almost. It was nice. You know, I think, you know, I kind of miss that kind of stuff. You know, that's something that I want to know from if any of y'all have children today. Do your children go outside and play and stuff like that? Have we lost that? You know, where are we going? That kind of thing. I usually like to know where are people, you know, like, are we still going outside and play? Because, you know, like a lot of times it's really easy, especially with most of us being on like YouTube and social media and stuff like that. It's real easy to infer or believe that that's all we do is sit inside and just, you know, that's it. We just connect ourselves to social media. We're looking at everything with a bird's eye view, just through those mediums. Now, I work at a school, yay, 2020, and one of my students, we had talked about the state of web development, and I showed him a post in regards to the antitrust issues with Google and stuff like that, and asking, you know, how do you feel about this? Do you think it's a good or bad thing? Should we be doing this kind of stuff? You know, like, what will it mean for the state of programming and web development and that kind of thing? And I did kind of get the vibe that he was not happy with it. He seemed to be kind of in favor of sometimes I say stuff a little backwards. He kind of, I just need to take a second, y'all. It seemed to me that he was not in favor of the antitrust lawsuits and that kind of thing. And I don't know, I'll say this, like I had a family member that worked for the Bell Company, and when they spoke about the government, I was gonna say, like, you should be dead already, but when they spoke about the antitrust stuff, they hated it too. But the funny thing was, to me, they were in favor of unions. Now, I'm not saying, and I'm really not trying to turn this into some political stuff, but, and I also feel like when we talk about partisanship and that kind of thing, one of the things I've noticed is some of the people that are partisanship from a long time ago versus now, I think they have different views altogether. Like it was almost like it was a different thing. But either way, it just was an interesting concept because I never know, how people are gonna take these things. In some cases, I think some people are more in favor of breaking up monopolies. I'm not saying that I believe that. It's kind of a touchy thing because I don't. We're supposed to believe. I hate wording it like that because now it just sounds like it's one big conspiracy. But if you're going to rely on a system at all, we're supposed to believe that the government's at our backs helping us out. And in the same breath, if you've grown up with this kind of story, people are always hating on like big pharma and some of the bigger corporations and whatnot. So when we look at it like that, it's kind of like, well, who do we trust? Because when we talk about like big pharma and stuff like that, I look at a lot of this stuff like, most people are all about free enterprise until we talk about some of those companies. And I know the easy argument is to say, well, they're both kind of working together, so it's not like it's really the company and the American people and that kind of thing. But, just interesting concepts there. Like I said, I'm not trying to turn this in. I did go on a rant, and if any of y'all know me personally, you're probably rolling your eyes and just saying how much I do rant, that kind of thing. So apologize for that. All right. I'm making pro moves sometimes, but some of that just feels like, look, yay, get this guy. I hate when they are champions sometimes because when they have that dark coloration and stuff, I can't tell which one it is because there's two of those. My Bane of Isaac. That's what I want to call this game, Bane of Isaac, because I don't know why I set the bomb there. My brain was thinking like I want to go down there to set it, and then yeah. Well, this ain't no good. The only way that works, hell, I don't even know if it really works. Because if you could see the spikes, I think it's just because of the graphic. The spikes are actually on top of the bed, so that's funny. Man, I will say there was a small time where when I was playing on console, I was using it where the joystick was kind of screwed up. So I would use the D-pad. Sometimes it's kind of like I'm a little drunk when I'm using the joystick because I think I'm going left, but I'm actually in some cases like a little bit diagonal up and left. And when you got that going on, man, you don't go where you want to. I'll just say that much. Oh, that was pure luck. That one that was right up on me. Like I just was close. I was just pinned against the wall, and then it just happened to like separate. Like I just happened to stand at the apex of this is where it's about to split. I didn't think it was there, but it also looked like a place where it could have been. Typically the super secret rooms are not are kind of off like that all by themselves. They shouldn't be touching other rooms, so the super secret room should not be adjacent to anything but one room. There we go. Let's go see the shop. You know what? Let's put money in the donation machine. I do believe I'll get, well, I would get something if it didn't roll over after 2. Now, there was something like, so in Afterbirth, they introduced greedier modes. And one of the things, like let's say you go through all the characters and you still need to up the donate because there's a donation machine for greedier. If you try to use, like, let's say Azazel every time, because Azazel comes with a small brimstone and he flies right out the gate. Can we do this and not die is the real question. Maybe I got them all. It didn't. Okay, I did. I could use a Hierophant card. I need HP. Ooh, mamma mia. It'll be my luck that I'll just get clipped. I can't help it. I'm a sucker for punishment. There we go. There's that. Beautiful. I wish I could get to that beggar because he could possibly pay out with HP. And that would be so helpful. Yes. Well, that's beautiful. This is where I need to be. And that don't do anything for me. You know what? I'm going to go back after this pill because... Alright. My belief with that pill was... I think most of the pills can't kill you if you're like at 1 or less HP. Alright, so if you have familiars behind you, do not hold your charge. That's gonna... What was the last one? Okay. I wasn't sure what my damage was. Yeah, there we go. I think we're good now. I think we can do this. We can do this. Oh. If I have to go that way, I will. But it is not preferred that I go that way. I will say sometimes Harlequin Buddy is screwing my shots. There we go. You know, I would just love some help that I can take. This game is not being friendly or kind to me. Well, I take that back. The brimstone shots are kind of wonderful right now. What's this? Teleport. I'm good on teleport. I like my chip damage from. You know what? I'm gonna go. Yeah, I got 5 minutes. I'm gonna go find that shop so that. So yeah, I got plenty of money. I don't even really care to pick it all up because I can't use most of it. Take the map. I guess we're as good as we're gonna be. So let's go on. Sometimes I blank out and I forget whether or not I've actually fought the boss and stuff like that. So is this a red one? Yeah. No, it ain't. It did look like the red tent. Doesn't that just hurt your soul a little bit? Just that. I kind of want this. I think I do want Lord of the Pit. I almost dread going in here because you know what? I can do without all that, and I already have the boss rush unlocked, so I'm good. Because my main thing is like now I think I can coast. I have no idea, honestly. I want to say the up top right, but I don't know that. I'm hoping they'll just give me some health, though. About to find out. Yep. Here we go. I'm gonna die again. Hell no. That's what I say. This is what I hate about going to the womb with low HP because you can't be too fast. Because if you start zipping around too much, you will inadvertently kill yourself. Man. Maybe it's pin. We got one down. I'm not feeling great about this run, y'all. I really, truth be known, I wasn't feeling great about the room either, but it is what it is. Alright. This could be soul hearts. I used to be pretty good and I could just like kind of hit the joystick and put it in one place. Thank you, Jesus. Got one soul heart. Two would be nice. Two would really give me a lot of breathing room. I don't know what to make of these cards, but they could be lifesavers as well. You know what? I don't hate lockpick. I don't think it's as good as the mushroom though. Look, I remembered to let off the trigger button before I laid down a bomb. Yeah, I'm kind of loving. Oof. I knew it. I held down my trigger button, and then Harlequin baby just happened to pop that back in my direction. Goodness. Everybody, I think I'm gonna cut the stream for the time being. I may try to stream again today. Maybe we can actually get a second win and put our win streak in a net positive, or at least a 0. We'll see what we can do. Yeah. But it's coming. It's coming slowly but surely. Yeah, we got boss rush. I think you don't get the mom until you beat her. I think it's 5 times, where at that point you get mom's. I might be confusing it with Mom's Heart and It Lives, but either way. Alright, everybody. I'm going to cut the stream for the time being. Hopefully you are enjoying the stream so far. I'm going to try to listen back and check out the audio here shortly. Let me know if you'd like to see anything different, you want me to try any crazy stuff on Isaac, or maybe some other games you'd like to see. Alright? Thank you. This is EQ out.